Okay, time now is 7:52 a.m. in the morning on April 23rd. Um, oh wow, my voice is actually way crispier than I thought it would be. So I slept from 3:30 to 8:50. 7:50. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't fulfill the 3 a.m. dream. And I plan to watch 2 episodes of Shogun. Only watched one. I plan to read 2 chapters of a religion book. I only read one, unfortunately. So once again, I ran out of time to do something. I honestly don't know what the fuck I should do with the religion book. I think I'm just gonna text my classmate, Ungi, for help because I really have no idea what the fuck I'm doing with the book. Um, yeah, I have 2 days. Okay, I have 2 fucking days, today and tomorrow, to read 4 chapters of the book and write a book report. I don't know how am I gonna do that. I really don't. Um, but the good thing is, at least the world building doc is done, and I'm done with this class. So, from today onwards, um, I will never wake up before, or I will, I will never wake up earlier than 8 a.m. ever again. Hopefully, because of a class. Like, I won't ever take such a morning class ever again. Like 9 a.m. is torture. Holy balls. Also, my sleep from 3:30 to 8:50. It's a terrible sleep. I took 2 sleeping pills, but it didn't really work. I didn't really fall asleep throughout the entire fucking thing. Like, I just rolled around on my bed. I felt hot. Like, it's really, really hot. Um, but I didn't fucking fall. I feel like I didn't fall asleep at all. I feel like I just rolled around on my bed. Also, it's not even 8 a.m. and I hear like a giant bulldozer outside of my room. Holy shit. Okay, but anyways, I took 2 sleeping pills and I feel like it didn't work, and I'm just rolling around my bed constantly. Um, I want to drink coffee, but I don't know. I don't want to drink too much coffee. This Thursday I'll be drinking coffee again, so I can't do that too often. I wish I could go for an afternoon sleep today, but I'll probably focus on reading the religion book today and focus on the CTCS 394 paper because I've done nothing on that so far, and the due date is supposedly tomorrow, but obviously I won't be able to finish that in time. I guess the one good thing would be the one good thing I could say was last night I found out that All About Lily Shushu is releasing a Blu-ray limited edition, and it's releasing in late May, and I pre-ordered it. There's only 1,000 copies available to pre-order from, and I know I just had to get one, so I bought one with $37, but it's worth it. Yeah. Time now is 3:58 p.m. Yeah. So I. Oh, when is my reorder coming? By the way, what the fuck? So I haven't done anything today so far. Um, but I just want to quickly sort of get the first half of the day out of the way first for some reason before before I proceed to the rest of the day. So um I don't get it. Hold on. When is my order coming? It's happening. It's happening today. Arriving in 9 minutes. What the fuck? Okay, it's coming. Okay. Okay, so thank God it's delivering today. But yeah, so today woke up, slept very little. The sleeping pill strategy didn't work. Um, Maybe it worked too well. Maybe I couldn't fall asleep because of the sleeping pills. Like it had a reverse effect or something, but I don't know. Anyways, I I woke up, ate one of those marshmallow rainbow donuts. It looks good on the surface, but holy shit, I want to throw them all away. They're fucking disgusting. They're so sweet and sloppy and greasy, and all the sugar's melted. It's terrible. It's the pinnacle of junk food. But yeah, anyways, I left. I went to the final class of my world building class. And yeah, I wasn't late at all. In fact, I arrived early. I took the 8:20 bus and I went to SCA and sat down and rested for a little bit. And then I went to class and I even texted Ungi, the Korean American guy, who gave me some advice on what to do with the religion book. But the advice is more of the same that I would think. Like, there's, it's not that complicated. Just read fast. Just skim through it. Just summarize it. So it's really there's no secret to reading books fast. Just read it fast. But yeah, anyways, the world building class, it was fine despite not having a lot of sleep. I felt it's I was awake for the entire thing. And when I did my presentation, I did really well. I wasn't nervous at all. I was able to do it fairly comfortably and confidently, and also because of how much research I've done on my world, which is Southern Song Dynasty. Whenever somebody asked questions, I was able to answer them because, like, hey, I've considered that already. Like, when the professor asked me about censor, the role of a censor, and if it's Censor or Censor, I said Censor because that's what the Wikipedia page said. Because I've researched this, and then somebody else asked me about corruption of the government officials, which I couldn't really answer too much because I don't really haven't really given it much thought, but I have thought about it, but for the most part I've thought about like every element of my story. And when I showed off like the research I did on the climate and like the maps I drew and like the relationship map that I made very last minute, the size comparison of the city with LA, and the Minecraft model, like I can see people, the other classmates are like, "Wow, you did your homework, goddamn." So it's good. Anyways, we ended off, and right before leaving, so this Chinese girl, maybe if she's older than me, then I would have to call her a woman. I think she's older than me, but she really did look like a child. I really don't know why. So I was like, "Hey, Shirley," and she's like, "Yeah," and I asked her when is she making a short film because I'm interested in joining her film set. And she said mid-May. So obviously that's a fucking great idea because I have nothing to do in May. The first week of May is the exam week. The second week, I'm gonna take the entire week to rest, just non-stop sleeping every single day. But like at some point, I'll need to start doing shit again. Otherwise, I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my life. I mean, of course, there's the online classes, but like, like that, I can chill with that. Um, but yeah, yeah. I right now I'm suddenly thinking maybe I should just cancel that summer class because I feel like I'm wasting a lot of money. I don't even need to take it really. I mean, I need to take it, but I can actually take it in a future semester, I believe. I don't know. Anyways, um, I'm gonna do some calculations. But anyways, yeah. So Shirley said, she'll ask Jamie, the other Chinese woman, for me if I could join, but it's likely yes. So yeah, sure. So that's good. That's promising. Meanwhile, Equo DM'd me um, asking me if I want to join like this AFI set that is filming on April 24th, 25th, 26th, and May 1st, which seemed really cool. But first of all, it's not the first time something like this had happened. Like a year ago, Allegro asked me if I want to join an AFI set as a PA and that I can come any day. And it's like a disaster because it's not an AFI set. And also, I don't want a PA anymore. I've PA'd a couple times already. I'm not going to do it again. Unless it's like for David Lynch or something, then sure, I would PA. Any day I would come to PA for David Lynch. Or for a friend, but I don't know. And also, it's like late April and early May. I still got homework and stuff to do. So I'm not sure. But hey, I need to keep going on more film sets. So that's the plan. Um, yeah. So that's cool. So if that thing with Shirley and Jamie's short film comes through, and I do art there, and then Justin's A Bird short film, and I do art there, I'm officially on my art path. So that's great. Um, anyways, went to art history class. Also, I received a couple emails saying that my petitions are both approved. Holy crap, they worked. So yeah, so now I don't have to take CTCS 190 and CTCS 201, which is all part of my master plan, and it is all accounted for in my future schedule. With the exception of CTCS 201, I can take that off the schedule, and now I can take even fewer units in the last semester, which is great, you know. So 4 more units gone, that is about 9,000 and something dollars saved. So that's fantastic. Um, but yeah, really nothing else. Really not much else. Art history, right? Art history. It's so boring. I know this is like the last week of school of the semester, but like, it really doesn't need to end on such an underwhelming note. Essentially, today's entire class is just 90% of it is just awkward dead silence, and it's just the professor basically reiterating what she already taught a couple weeks ago about collecting Asian art in LA, but we're literally taught that already. And it's also the least interesting part of the entire course. And it's nothing but dead silence. And I started falling asleep, like constantly falling asleep in the middle of class. It was really bad. Um, and then I left, and then I came back home. I debated whether I want to do a re-sleep, like take a shower, just go to bed, because I am dying of sleep deprivation. But then I thought to myself, okay, I'm just wasting time if I go to bed. I should just keep being sleepy so that I can sleep early tonight, so that there's a chance that I can actually go to bed at 3 tonight. Which isn't really that important. I mean, I'm waking up late tomorrow anyways. I'm waking up at 11, but like, still, you know. So, yeah. I just had lunch. Okay, someone's calling me. We. Okay, so new food has just arrived. My we just arrived. The guy called me, and I have to tell him in Mandarin what is the gate code. Thank God I'm here. Like, thank God it's a Tuesday delivery and not a Wednesday. So, yeah. Damn. It kind of sucks that, well, not really. It's just that every Monday and Wednesday, I can't have anything delivered to me because I'm outside during the afternoon. Um, but yeah. Next semester it's going to be a little bit better because I have 2 morning classes. And, yeah, 2 morning classes instead of 3 morning classes per week. Also, Thursday and Friday is completely empty. So even if I have like a shoot on a weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, at least I have Thursday where I can just rest and do nothing. So, yeah. But yeah, I feel a little bit released knowing that 2 of my classes have completely ended, even though in terms of like homework and assignments, 1 out of 5 is ended, which is the world building. I'm done with world building. I don't need to do anything more. I can do a little bit more actually, but I don't actually really need to do anything more. Um, but yeah, it's pretty much done. 1 out of 5. So today I'm gonna watch Crumb the documentary first, and then tonight I'll watch 1 episode of Shogun. I'm gonna full speed ahead read religion textbook. Hopefully I skim through maybe a couple chapters today. If not more, maybe 2.5 chapters, that would be great. And then plus do a little essay writing for my 394. But yeah, after I'm done with the book report tomorrow night, I'm free, baby. After I'm done with the book report, I can just leave. Huge classes ended. So, after I'm done with the book report, both religion class and world building will be done. 3 to go. Oh yeah, one more thing. This is very small and inconsequential, but Natalie and Cedric didn't like my latest Instagram post. To be fair, neither did Leia and Miriam and Zara. I guess they're all busy because we're all entering our final week. But I wish they do. And Natalie recently made an Instagram story where she posted a photo of her boyfriend who looks like shit. I'm sorry, but she looks like she has long hair and a mustache, and coming from me. But his hair is really long. It's like down here or something. And I'm just like, what do you see in this guy? He looks like a coward. Where is the edgy, quirky, psycho Natalie who likes violent, crazy men with big dicks or small dicks? Because Keith has a small dick. Where is that Natalie? What do you even see in this guy? I don't know. I just feel like Natalie. Sometimes whenever Natalie thinks of me, her perception of me is like, oh, she's just a crazy, silly YouTuber now. He's childish. He's 21 and he still doesn't have a girlfriend. He's never had sex. Natalie's probably had sex 12 times already, and I haven't. Even though Natalie probably won't tell me that she's lost her virginity, but right now I'm 100% sure she has, right? And it's like, he doesn't have a job. He doesn't have a driver's license. He's just so weak, blah, blah, blah. And he's going to USA to escape his responsibilities, and. But then, on second thought, it's like, Natalie probably even doesn't think of me to begin with. So, I don't know. I'm not gonna, handle Natalie now, but I do want to call Cedric again. And I want to, keep calling Cedric, even though Cedric isn't texting me a lot or anything like that. But it's there's a difference between my friendship with Cedric versus my friendship with Leia. With Leia, even though we haven't texted each other in a couple months, actually we have recently texted each other because 3 weeks ago it's her birthday. But even if I and Leia don't text each other for half a year, I can expect to go back to Hong Kong and she'll be like, yo, let's hang out, But with Cedric, it's different. It's like he's just lost. And I don't like that. And sure, maybe I'm annoying, maybe he doesn't find me a good friend, or an interesting friend, or a caring friend. But the thing is, I don't care. I'm going to keep annoying him with phone calls and nice words um, until I get tired of it or he gets tired of it. Um, until I mature enough to realize that there's no point in trying to reconnect with your old friend, or he's mature enough to realize that, maybe some friends out there really do care about me and it's important to cherish these friendships. Either way, either one of us is going to mature, and by then, this streak will end. And what streak? Well, from now on, every year I will bother Cedric 4 times. It could be a phone call, it could be an in person meeting. 4 times. Okay, that's all I'm asking for. 4 times a year. That's a 4 times checkup. I'm going to keep calling him. So after the finals, after May, the first week of May, I'm going to call him again. And I'm going to tell him, hey, yo, I'm going to bother you 4 times. If you find it annoying, tell me. But it's just 4 times. And I'm going to do it for the next decade, maybe for the next 2 decades, maybe for the next 3, maybe for the rest of my life. I don't know. But from now on, 4 times. Also, another thing is the last time I called Cedric, it's just me going on and on and on about my own life for like an hour, and he basically said nothing about his own life. Maybe it's because nothing happened in his own life in the last 4 fucking years. But like, that's not a good conversation, isn't it? And I get it, he doesn't want to talk, so now I can talk. But like, human beings like talking about themselves because human beings are selfish. So next time I call him, I would like to hear him talk about himself, and I'll ask him about himself, and I'll test the limits to see what parts will he not talk about, what parts he will. Even if there isn't a lot to talk about, there has to be a lot going on in his mind. So, I mean, how the fuck did I survive 2020 and 2021? Like, nothing happened to me in those 2 years. I survived by talking to myself, like this, like right now, by going on adventures. So, a person will always find a way to entertain themselves and keep their minds occupied. Cedric's got to be doing something. Like, he's not a fucking piece of white paper. He's got to have something on his mind. I just got to dig it out. So yeah, I'm going to bother him 4 times a year. That's the new goal. Good stuff. Ooh. Classic. Interesting. Oh, this thing's fucking huge. What? Okay. There we go. Okay, time now is 8:54. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm filming more of this. It's 8:54 p.m. It's so cold. I don't know why is it so cold. My legs are all goosebumps right now. I'm constantly like, maybe it's because I didn't sleep enough and it's like low blood pressure, but holy shit, I'm freezing. And I'm watching Crumb, the documentary, and I kept falling asleep again and again and again. I need help, I really do. My hair's so fucking bad as well, Jesus. I don't know, I don't know. I feel terrible. I'm sleepy, I'm cold, I'm hungry, I'm tired. I'm exhausted from all the reading. I don't know. I'm just gonna go make dinner now, which is gonna be rice, the leftover ground beef thing, and some choice from which I'm excited to eat. I'm excited to eat them juicy vegetables. And yeah, thus concludes today. Yeah, thus concludes today. Nothing else. Equal wanted to study with me tomorrow after class, but like tomorrow after class is literally the worst time to do it. So I can't. But I'm looking forward to Thursday. After Thursday, I'm done with school. Like, of course, I still have like a couple finals and a video essay, but like for a whole week, actually, from next, from, okay, on, I think, I think, um, do I have something to do on Saturday? Yes, I do. I have APCA banquet. After Saturday, the entirety of next week is like vacant. I'm just gonna sleep and study, of course. But I look forward to sleeping nonstop. I look forward to sleeping nonstop every fucking day. Um, and I'm gonna do that in the summer as well, which sucks because I have summer classes. That's true, but like, you know, it's like 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday, and it's like online, so I can wake up at noon and it's still fine. So I have plenty of time to sleep. Alright, time now is 11:19 a.m. in the morning on April 24th. Um, yeah, it's the second last day of the semester, if you don't count the exams. I slept from 3:40 to 11. Yeah, I messed up. Honestly, the fact that I'm beating the 4 a.m. curse is quite fantastic. But yeah, I planned to go to bed at 3, and obviously I wasn't able to go to bed at 3. I eventually went to bed at 3:40 a.m. I just had so much shit to do last night. I did end up watching the entire documentary of Crumb in Shogun episode 6. I did end up doing the laundry. I did end up reading 2 chapters on the religion book and a little more, which is really insane. It's a very impressive thing that I did. I think I'm slowly getting the hang of speed reading and sort of like the pacing that I have to have. Man, my voice is not crispy at all. I hate this. Um, and then for the CTCS 394 paper, I don't know what to do. I came up with the outline, but I'm just too exhausted to write it. I'm more worried about that. So, the religion book report, I wouldn't say I'm confident, but I think it's possible that I can actually finish it by tonight. But now I'm even more concerned about the paper because I don't want to submit it too late because I don't have much time left. I don't have a grace period time left. So I want to finish it at least by Thursday night. Um yeah. Um there's that. Also, maybe it's because I didn't have enough sleep yesterday, but oh my god, was I cold. I was feeling so cold and so sleepy. So Crumb, I kept falling asleep. I watched the first half before dinner and the second half after dinner. I kept falling asleep in the first half, and I thought to myself that after I eat some food and have some energy, and I also, if I don't turn off the lights and keep the lights on, I won't fall asleep. But no, in the second half of Crumb, I kept falling asleep again and again and again. And it's crazy to think that I keep falling asleep in almost 30% of the movies I've seen. And also for the last 5 documentaries I've watched, I've also fallen asleep. Like, it's like a usual thing for me to do now, falling asleep in the movies, but also just falling asleep during class. Like, in CTCS 300, I don't fall asleep because it's just Monday, but like on Tuesdays, in the world building class, I do fall asleep. On art history classes, I do fall asleep. On 394, I do fall asleep. And sometimes in religion classes, during movie screenings, I also fall asleep. And then at home, sometimes I sit down and I want to fall asleep. I keep falling asleep. These 16 weeks have been torture because I keep not having enough sleep. Because I keep giving myself too much to do. So next semester, it really calls for a change in plans. Like, I need to watch fewer movies and make fewer YouTube videos to let myself have more time sleeping and focusing on studying and focusing on other shit like clubs and jobs and working out. So I need to really do that. Oh my god, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep going like this. So, yeah. Um, but yeah, hopefully I sleep earlier tonight. 3 a.m. please. I broke the 4 a.m. curse, so that's a good thing. You know, it's possible to sleep earlier. Just tough. So I thought of going to Ralph's today after school, but on second thought, probably not. Because I prefer to go home and do homework. There's also CTCS 300 discussion section tonight after class, but it's optional. The TA emailed us saying that it's optional, so I'd prefer to go home and just do my assignments. I'm gonna film an album review, which seems like a terrible thing to do because I'm swarmed with assignments right now. Why am I still doing YouTube? But the thing is, it's near the end of April and I haven't really released too many videos in April, so I want to finish April off by uploading more videos. So I kind of still want to do that. Um, but yeah, that's it for today. Also, tomorrow is reunion day, and I guess as per tradition, I need to order something from DoorDash or Grubhub. Also, not only is it reunion day, also technically is the last day of class, so I want to order something to celebrate. Um, yeah. Um, thank God I've already cooked the chicken thighs. Tonight I'm gonna eat a chicken thigh. I've already cooked it, so I don't need to spend a bajillion years cooking that. Uh, Another thing is, last night I found out that Kizumonogatari trilogy is back in stock. I don't know if my eyes are deceiving me, because for months I've been wanting to buy those Blu-rays. So they're back in stock, so I may buy them. But Nisei Monogatari and Neko Monogatari Black is still impossible to find. All I need are those two. Monogatari second season and the final season box set are still in stock. And the final season box set is just announced. but Nisei and Neko Monogatari is just like impossible to find, which sucks because I really, really want it. Um, but yeah, Kizu Monogatari is back in stock, and that's a huge deal. And I may buy it. It's gonna be like 200 and something dollars, 250 maybe, after taxes and shipping fees, but it's gonna be fucking worth it. Yeah. And then for the next month of May, I'm also thinking of buying like There Will Be Blood and Paprika. Um, yeah. Last night at 3 a.m., I asked a dude on eBay if the Happy Together that he's listing has a slipcover or not, and he said no. So, yeah, so far the cheapest Happy Together that I can buy that has a slipcover is $60. So, yeah, it's actually kind of a miracle that I got Fallen Angels for like 20 something dollars. Like, you can barely find that anymore. The cheapest Fallen Angels now is $70, which is still a miracle because all the other ones are like 100 and something, and they're very rare now. So, yeah.
Probably in that case have a guiding question, right? That would be along the lines of, is The Watermelon Woman a cult film? Why or why not? What are the defining characteristics of a cult film?
Marshall's rebounded from last year's dismal 9-16 record to go 16-6. Second leading scorer and assist man.
Okay, time now is 9:01 p.m. Yeah, I'm so tired. So, NIHT, nothing important happened today. Um, Everything went pretty much according to plan. I had lunch, I finished a chicken pot pie, and then I took a bus to school. And the bus was actually, didn't show up until like 1:55 or 1:56 actually. 6 minutes late. And then not only that, but it took about half an hour to get to campus. There's a traffic jam, and that's because of the pro-Palestine protests at the USC today. And it's getting crazier and crazier and more intense. There's a helicopter, multiple helicopters in the sky, sort of circling around the USC campus. I think it stopped now, but like it was circling for hours. So it was pretty hectic. I hope class still happens tomorrow because it's like the last freaking class. I want to be there, but like, sheesh. Um, and yeah, I sat through the entire film. The Hoop Dreams, the documentary is 3 hours long. I fell asleep again. I really wanted to not fall asleep. And again, given that I slept for more than 7 hours, I thought, okay, well, I probably won't fall asleep, but I still did. I think 7 hours is not enough, especially given how little I slept yesterday. Yeah. Again, 3 a.m. tonight, please, please, please. But yeah, I saw Equo and Rachel, but I didn't really speak to them or anything. They both left before the screening even started, and then they came back, or Rachel came back to ask the TA something about the paper. but I left because I want to take the bus home. So the protest got more and more intense, and some protesters blocked the intersection right outside of the main entrance of the campus, the north entrance. And so the bus I took had to like do a swerve. Like it had to like go around the USC Village. Oh my god, my hair. It had to go around the USC Village. Honestly, it is moments like this that I guess part of it is, oh my god, it's a protest. And it's probably the first time I've encountered a protest. I was gonna say from Hong Kong, but honestly, back in 2022, like near December, I went to UCLA to protest as well. But it is moments like this that make me, I feel a little conflicted. Now, first of all, I'm not an expert in this Israel and Palestine situation. From what I've heard and what I've learned, I am more pro-Palestine. And more importantly, I really despise police brutality, and seeing the police march into the campus is just bad, makes me feel bad. I wish I could do more though. I wish I could be more active in this, but the thing is, I'm not as invested in this as many others. Or maybe it won't, maybe I will be invested in this, but also part of me is thinking like I wish there's the same enthusiasm. I wish the same enthusiasm happens for other countries, like, you know, if Hong Kong went under attack. I mean, sure, you know, Hong Kong and China is much more far removed than Israel is to USA at this moment, because USA literally gives Israel weapons. But it's just like, man, if it's something else, if it's like a Hong Kong versus China issue, I would definitely be protesting. I would be putting my hoodie on, I would be wearing a black mask, wearing sunglasses, and going out on the battlefield. But yeah. Anyways, there's that. I finished chapter 7 out of the 8 chapters in the book, and I'm on chapter 8 now. Finally, I'm near the end. But I'm still moving very slowly because I'm tired from the last 2 days, and I really am not sure if I'm able to even write the paper for 394. There's just too much homework. And then on top of that, Thomas texted me asking me if I could read his script and give him notes. Even though a couple days ago he called me for half an hour and asked me for advice for a presentation, and he's like, well, okay, I'm not going to bother you anymore because I know you're busy. Bro, this is moments like this make me mad. Is that like, don't you know that I have a life too? And I'm drowning. I'm dying in papers and exams and projects and book reports, and you're still asking me for advice and help as if I'm relaxed. I'm not fucking relaxed right now. The opposite. This week is the worst week to ask me for help or call me or anything, okay? I have no time to have fun and relax or anything like that. I have zero time. So that's that. I don't know. I guess side note is I really want to order that Kizumonogatari trilogy. I think I'm gonna do that. But I don't know. Nisei Monogatari and Neko Monogatari, they're super difficult to find. And even if they are, they're already very expensive, like at least $350. Actually, the $350 Nisei Monogatari is gone. So the cheapest one I can find right now is $400. And I don't know, man. It's like, if I wait more and more, it's just gonna get more and more expensive. I should have bought it when it was like lower than $200. Because now I really don't know. I don't know what kind of mindset I had. It was like, oh, I'll just wait until, you know, I have a job so that I feel better about paying it. But the truth is, I'm not gonna get a job soon. I got a response email from the museum person saying that, okay, we'll reach out in late May. So a whole month from now. So I don't know. And I can't just put all my money, or more like put all my faith in this museum job. Because what if the museum doesn't accept me because I'm an international student? Even though the person at the college job fair says that international students can work in the museums. But what if they still reject me nonetheless for some arbitrary reasons? I gotta keep applying for more jobs. Apply more, apply more, apply more, apply more. So, yeah, this is fucking terrible. Um, I've already applied to 11 jobs in Connect SC. Applied to a bunch of jobs at the library. I applied to the ETC editing job. All no. I'm trying so hard, can't you tell? So that's fucked up. Another thing is I don't think I'm gonna be interviewed for film production, film production major. I don't think I am. Last year, on April 23rd, I believe, I was asked to do an interview with SCA. I don't think I'm gonna even get to interview this time. Even though I do think that my personal statement is more interesting and my short film is more interesting. But it's okay. I'm fine staying in cams. I expect myself to stay in cams as long as I'm able to, quote unquote, infiltrate a 310 or a 480 or a 5 something. As long as I'm able to do that, I'm cool. The only thing I'm missing out on is like the cohort culture. Me and the bros and other people sort of like advancing from class to class to class. And we just go out and we do filmmaking, we touch the camera, and we plan the shots. I'm missing out on that, but I'm not missing out too much because if I get involved more with APCA and I know more people and, I make more connections, eventually I'll also get there. But yeah. So hopefully that brings me somewhere. Hopefully, Shirley, the Chinese woman from my world building class, can bring me to her short film set in mid-May. Also the Korean American girl, Kate. It's funny, I ran into her yesterday while on my way to CTCS 300 2 days ago. I ran into her, but she didn't recognize me, but I could recognize her because I always recognize people before they recognize me. So it's interesting if I get to know her more. Apparently she's going to be the production head of production next year for APCA, even though the e-board positions are like, the applications was just over, but like everyone kind of already knows that she's gonna get that role of like head of production. If I befriend her, she's gonna guide me to more production, so hopefully that happens. Nothing else. I look forward to the ending of tonight so that I can finish the book report, maybe halfway done with my essay, so that I can continue with tomorrow. And then tomorrow, I look forward to be done with the essay. Yeah, I also look forward to having a cup of coffee and hanging out with a Singaporean guy. And also, tomorrow night I'm not gonna cook because it's April 25th and I need to honor that it's reunion day. It's crazy because I almost forgot that it's reunion day. Same for the end of everything, which is May 15th, I believe. I can't believe I forgot because today I was asking myself, like, when was the last time I saw Mary in person? It's like 4 years ago, but like, what day? Usually I remember the date, but I actually forgot. I think it was like May 15th. But it's crazy that I almost forgot. So yeah, tomorrow night I'm gonna go to DoorDash or something and order something, I don't know. Order some tacos or whatever. It's always tacos and pizza. I should order something different. Maybe I should order Korean food. Or maybe I should save that till the end of the semester. After the exams are over, I want to do that again. Which is a bit of a waste of money, but I think it's nice to let myself celebrate a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I have nothing else to talk about. There's also some thoughts. I don't know why, but like, it is only recently, I think the last few months, I've successfully trained myself to not care about romance, but occasionally the thought does reappear again. Because like everyone's getting a girlfriend. Potter has a girlfriend, my cousin has a girlfriend. Like everyone and their moms have girlfriends now, and then like I don't know. It's just kind of ridiculous that, had I been raised differently and had I experienced different things when I was young, I would have had more of a confidence to like talk to girls in secondary school instead of being afraid of them. And that probably would have led to a slightly different path leading up to me now. Um, I don't know. I feel like there are two types of people. One type is like, oh, I'm gonna get a romantic partner and I'm gonna be promiscuous about it. Like I date this person, I break up, I date this other person, I break up. Pink is on her fucking. I don't want to call Pink promiscuous because she's slutty or anything. I think Pink is promiscuous, or more like tumultuous, romantically tumultuous because of her sort of like her need to be with someone as a defense mechanism, and also the trauma that she faced before. And I can say the same thing for Natalie, even though Natalie's taking it to a very different direction. Like Natalie's really like normalizing herself at this point, but and then the second kind of person is really, virgin, no girlfriend completely. But the moment you find one, you're just gonna marry that person. And I thought, well, maybe I'm that kind of person. Like the moment I find someone, I'm just gonna go like all the way forever. Like, it's just that one person. But then, to be fair, there's also Mary and then there's Leslie. So Mary, it's different because I never even spoke to her, like barely. Leslie is like a fail attempt, but it was a failure on both my end and her end. It's not like she failed anything. It's just that she's a bitch. But I'm a failure too, and I'm a whiny bitch too in this situation. We're both idiots essentially. It's just, I don't know, but I do like that I don't feel the need to be in a relationship now, especially because I'm more interested in just focusing on my art and focusing on filmmaking and watching movies, and I'm less sort of there's less of an urgency. The feeling I hate the most is the idea that there's a stopwatch, or like the idea that there's a ticking clock where, okay, you're not gonna be able to enjoy life after you're 30 years old, so you have to get a girlfriend as soon as possible because you're just wasting time. And that ticking clock, that anxiety, it's terrible, and I hate that feeling. And I remember, and it's just not just me. Tom told me last year or last year that, oh, I'm gonna get a girlfriend before summer, and of course he didn't. And I feel like there's no point in having this ticking clock mentality. Like, I have to get a girlfriend before a certain time. Like, maybe it's just don't care about it. Just like forget about it then. Like, what's the benefit anyways? Like, at the end of the day, if I do get a girlfriend, the benefit is of course love and be loved and be cared for, which is like a great feeling. But like, there's also a lot of things to lose, like a lot of your personal time and personal space. A lot of money is gonna be gone and thrown out the window. I don't know. It's just like, at the end of the day, I'm fine living like this. I'm fine. And also, it's not like I'm an incel, right? It's not like I'm locking myself in my room, hating on women, and like not speaking to people and not showering and looking at hentai or anything, right? I am going out and I'm socializing really hard. Like, I've never socialized this hard in my entire life. Of course, I'm not like going out to parties every day and snorting cocaine. Like, I have a boundary, but it's not like I'm not trying, right? So I feel, again, like, if you look at the history of me, in the context of my history, it's like quite impressive that I've gotten to this point. So, sure, I haven't had a girlfriend, don't have a car, don't have a job, don't have many things, but like, it's not like I'm not trying, you know? But, yeah. Alright, time now is 8:25 a.m. in the morning on April 25th. Fuck. I slept from 4:10 to 8:25, but like I didn't immediately fall asleep, and I also woke up before the alarm rang, which is crazy, but it's true. Um yeah, so 4 hours of sleep. Yay. It's the last day of class. If you don't count the final exams, today's the last day for me. And yeah, it sucks that even on the last day I'm still struggling to sleep, you know. But yeah, last night I didn't watch Shogun episode 7. I was too exhausted anyways. Last night I spent a lot of time not doing anything because I was struggling. I didn't know what to write for my paper, for my 394 paper. I sort of figured out what to do near the end, and I ended up writing like one paragraph, but that's it. Book report. I didn't even start actually writing the book report until like 2:30. Fuck. I did finish reading the whole book. Aside from the conclusion, but you know, who cares? I can make my own conclusions. But yeah, I didn't start writing until 2:30. Obviously by then it's already really fucking late. So I kept writing and writing and writing until 3:30-ish. I haven't finished it. I'm on page 6. I wrote really fast while being sleepy. And then I'm like, well, fuck it. I need to sleep. I can't go on like this. Sure, I'm gonna submit it a little bit late. But it's okay because you know, like, I don't know. I'm gonna submit it a little late after class. Surely the professor wouldn't get mad because of that, right? I have 2 pages left and I'm done with the book report. And I'm finished with the hardest part. That is, you know, reading the book. The rest I can just make it up myself. No research needs to be done. Whereas the 394 paper, though, that's a pain in the ass because research needs to be done. And it's so open-ended that I have to figure out what I want to write. Also, I received an email saying that art history class is canceled because of the events, because of the protests. Yeah. So that's both good and bad. Good because now, I mean, it's not canceled. It's just gonna be over Zoom. It's good because now I don't need to, you know, like be there physically. But bad because what the fuck am I gonna do after class, after religion? Do I go to a library and just open my laptop and just join it over Zoom? Do I join it over Zoom on my phone? So instead, I don't think I'm even gonna join. I'm just gonna directly go home, I think. Part of me wants to do a re-sleep tonight, but I just remembered that I need to meet Matthew the Singaporean guy to grab a cup of coffee. Unless I go home, take a sleep, and then wake up and then go out again to grab a cup of coffee. I don't know. But, fuck me. I hope I don't fall asleep in religion class. It's my last class. Come on. I am pretty confident. Not pretty. I'm a little bit, slightly. I'm slightly confident that I can finish the paper like today. I can finish writing the 394 paper today. It's hard, but I can try. Because I don't want to write it tomorrow. I want to be done with everything today. Most of everything. So that next week I'm like done with school and I can just sleep constantly. And study. But yeah. Fuck. I don't even have time to shave. But that's okay. Alright, time now is 6:33 p.m. I just woke up. Yeah, even though the day hasn't really ended yet, I'm just gonna film this as if it's the beginning of a day because it is kind of supposedly feeling that way. So today at IHT, so far, anyways, I woke up, felt like shit because I didn't have much sleep again. And then, boom, went to main campus. Despite having a huge protest yesterday, today was actually quite peaceful. Everyone walked around as if nothing's happening. There's a guard in the gate that's checking your student ID, but for some reason the guard is not doing a very good job, so I was able to just slip through. And then I had the giant bread with green onions on top. Oh my god, that was fucking terrible. It's greasy, cold, and bitter. I ate half of it and then I decided to throw it away. I thought there would be pork floss in it. I thought there would be like cheese in it or something. But no, it's just wilt spring onions and it tasted terrible. So after eating half of it, I threw it away. I'm not going to put myself through this torture anymore. And then I went to religion class and it's technically my last class ever of the first semester. And it was a good one because first half was a very long-winded lecture on Book of Revelation, which is really interesting. There were a couple of funny moments. There was a moment where the professor asked us to draw Jesus on like a piece of paper. So that was like a fun little exercise where I get to practice my drawing skills, improvise, and sleep deprived at the same time. But I never fell asleep today, like during class at all, because the subject matter was really interesting. We had a break. And then, I'm going to talk more about this later. I'm actually cooking lunch right now. It's 6 p.m., but lunch, Came back home, fell asleep. So Matthew, the Singaporean guy, he called it off. And I'm happy he did, because now I can go back to sleep. So I, of course, slept. I woke up at 4:30, and then I thought, oh, I'll sleep a little more. So, by a little more, that turned into like 1.5 hours, and then I woke up again at 6:10 naturally. I'm like, fuck. So here we are, but it's great because from today onwards, aside from the exams next week, but from today onwards I can finally sleep. So I'm really excited to sleep and be free again. So yay. Alright, so time now is 9:49 p.m. Yeah, my tongue feels burnt from the hot soup that I was drinking for lunch. Oh my god, and my voice is raspy again. But anyways, yeah, damn, that was a good ass sleep. That was a good ass afternoon nap. That was from I think 2:30 to 6:10. So that was like 3 hours and 40 minutes. Jesus. Hopefully I'm able to fall asleep tonight. So anyways, let's quickly go over what happened today at religion class, and then I'm going to talk about some future things. So yeah, religion class today was a nice ending. Generally the classes I've taken this semester fall onto two categories in terms of endings: the good ending and the bad ending. And only two classes feel like they end off on a good note. And that's world building class, where I did the presentation and everyone sort of just talked a little bit at the end, and also the religion class. Art history, the way the class ended is just so boring. Same with CDCS 300 and 394. But yeah, today was a nice ending to the class. Not a lot people show. I mean, Carl, the Chinese guy, didn't show up because he's not really taking the class. Everyone else showed up. And we went through the lecture on the first half, took a break, and then in the second half it was just like a discussion of like, our paper, our book analysis paper, which is like torturous but sure, and then the final reflections of the class, like a little ending, and then we leave. But I think I'm like the most active out of all the classes in this course. I think I'm the most active today because, like, I still have a lot of questions about Christianity that I'm really interested to hear some insight and some answers from. And so throughout the day today, I like spoke up a lot, and like during the break, I asked the professor about biblically accurate angels, and if it comes from Revelation, and it said, and she's like, yeah, maybe, um, and she went on and on and on. It felt very improvised. Like there's no PowerPoint at that point. It was just like talking. And then a little bit later, when we talked about um, what sort of we did for this book analysis paper, I talked about Mormonism. Um, Apparently, so this girl who I always thought was white, but maybe mixed with Latina or like something, I don't know. Turns out she's half Chinese, and she wrote about Oriental Jesus because of how it relates to Buddhism. Same with the Korean American guy, who apparently is Korean. I wouldn't have known because his English is perfect, but apparently he grew up in Korea. Um, but it's interesting that like all students in this class have in some way, shape, or form come into contact with Christianity, especially as a child, but have grown out of it. In some degrees, like the Wasian girl or the Wasian woman, she still wants to go to divination school, so it's probably something theological um, to study. But then we have people like the Vietnamese American guy who starts off Catholic, but sort of grew out of it. Same for me. I also kind of grew out of it. But every single student are there because they have come into contact with Christianity and kind of grew out of it and wants to revisit it, but from a more scientific and historical point of view. Whereas, because the professor also taught at Oklahoma, it's different there. Oklahoma is 74% white, apparently. I just looked it up. And um, a lot of people who take her class thinks that, oh, it's a class about Jesus and God, and like, as a devoted Christian, I should probably learn more. But that's not what the class is about at all. It's a historical. It's a class about the history of Christianity and different interpretations of Jesus. So a lot of people are disappointed. Apparently, somebody was like, "Oh, I can't take the final exam because, because you're attacking my best friend." And the professor's like, "No." And the professor sat him down or her down and talked to her, and then during the finals she gave box of chocolate covered strawberries in the middle of the exam. It was really weird. Anyways, and then at the end, I even like took a moment. I've always wanted to do this. I know it's really like or irrational for me to do something like this, but I recommended the end of Evangelion to the professor, and it's like an apocalyptic film that is not about Christianity, but is so Christian at the same time. But like, I can't believe I'm recommending Evangelion to a college professor, let alone not a film professor. I'm also excited to study animated films next semester so that I can write a 50-page dissertation on the end of Evangelion because I have the ability to do that. But we'll see. And then at the very end of class, I stayed behind to ask the professor about the Book of Enoch, which is, again, like, it's not really necessary. I can just do research online, but, like, it's just interesting to hear her talk about the Book of Enoch and how it relates to Paul's letters telling women to wear hats to avoid getting raped by angels, and how it relates to Genesis as well at the same time. So it was, like, kind of crazy. But yeah, it was a fun class, and it's a fun ending. So now we have the art history class, which is the last art history class, and it's a Zoom meeting. I'm not gonna go to some random spot at USC, take out my laptop, and do it over Zoom. I'm just gonna go home. So I immediately took a bus home, and I arrived home at around 12:40 something, and I thought to myself, okay, I'm just gonna, go look at it over Zoom and just like be AFK and just chill. And maybe just leave halfway. But I ended up not leaving, and I ended up being in street clothes, walking around this room for about an hour and 10 minutes until the class officially ended at 12:50. I did speak up a couple times, but yeah. And then I just took a shower and I went back to bed and slept, and that was great. But I feel like I'm celebrating a little too early because I still have the book analysis paper. I still have the 394 paper. I still have some minor corrections for the world building document, but that is small, very minor. And then on top of that, I still have 2 finals and 1 video essay to hand in. To relax now is to celebrate too early. And it's really weird because back in my community college, back in the CC days, it doesn't work like that. The finals are also included in the last week of the courses, so it's like when is everything done, like a definite time. But like even now it feels like yay, the class ended, but like it's not exactly, not yet. Don't celebrate too early. But it's still a huge relief, and it feels weird. So apparently tomorrow morning there's still a discussion section, but it's over Zoom, and it's like, what? It's not ended yet? I thought there's like no discussion section for art history anymore. I thought it's done, but no, apparently there's more. What are we even going to talk about? More revision? So I don't know. I'm debating myself whether I should wake up early tomorrow morning to catch that Zoom meeting. Maybe I'm going to like wake up and like turn on Zoom and then go back to sleep. Maybe I'm going to do that. But given that I have just had a huge afternoon nap, I don't reckon that I will fall asleep early and fall asleep fast tonight or anything like that. Yeah, another thing is I DM'd Matthew, the Singaporean guy, when and where do we want to meet today? But in the midst of the crazy Israel-Palestine conflict that is happening now, and it's also finals week, may I remind you, it's really not a good time. So he responded saying, oh, now it's not a good time. Can we reschedule? And I'm like, sure. So that's happening, which is cool. There's no urgency in this. Finally, yeah, I DM'd Evelyn last night about the anime expo because I want to go this year. But like, the thing is, Red is gone from the internet. I don't know where is Red, but he's gone. I can't reach him on Instagram. I can't reach him on Discord. Evelyn is also not responding to DMs. So I don't know. And also apparently the price will increase on April 29th. So I need to make the decision to, buy tickets to the Anime Expo before April 29th. And decision because I can't buy the 4-day pass. It's too expensive. I'm gonna find one day where me and whoever's coming with me are also free, so that we can all go at the same time. So I don't know. I'm thinking of asking Jonathan. Like maybe he would be interested, and maybe Miles too. But Miles doesn't like big crowded spaces, so I don't know. I know Jonathan likes anime, and it would be fun to see Jonathan and Red coming back together. It's interesting because when I took an afternoon nap today, I actually had a dream where I guess Film 33 had reunited, and Jonathan and Red and Skylar and another guy with like a white person with beard. I think it's Shane, but like not him exactly. Like the big people of the Film 33 production, sort of sitting around, chilling, just talking about the past and how it's traumatized us so much. Yeah. I had another dream where I saw a girl, and it's not someone I've seen before, and it's some kind of college camp, and she said something suggestive, like something sexual. And I hesitate. I'm like, oh, that's weird. You're promiscuous. Like, I don't want to be with you. And then I hesitated, but then I thought, okay, it's like a once in a lifetime opportunity because, you know, after this, like, I may never, get a girlfriend or anything like that. So I should take this opportunity. So I went up to her again and I was like, hey, I think you owe me something. And then she just walks off. And then I asked her, and then I just accepted that she just doesn't like me. So before she left, I'm like, can you at least tell me your name? And then she laughed and she didn't even say her name. And then she climbed onto some rooftop. We were in some building and she just went out and there's another mid-level rooftop. And she climbed onto that. And I think it was also like a tree at the same time. And then she's never to be seen again. So she's almost like a mythical creature. Like she's not even a real person. She's not even a real woman, and she's there like a temptation, which is so sad and so poetic at the same time. But anyways, I digress. I guess the final thing to talk about is yeah, I really need to get a hold of Red. I don't know how. Really don't know. Also, several people like Lewis and Liam DM'd me about the situation at USC right now and the protests and everything. It feels like it's a huge deal, and it is a huge deal, but like, and I hate making comparisons, but like, part of the reason why I'm not like shook to the core or anything about this is because I've experienced worse, like, college, like university campuses and streets of Hong Kong broken, up in flames, bricks shattered around, the police beating people up, tear gas. I've seen worse, so I'm not like shook by it or anything. I'm just like, it's a sad situation. With the police brutality and everything. But yeah. Finally, Blu-rays. Like my love for Blu-rays come and go. They're like waves, right? So for the last few weeks, I'm like not that interested in it, but now I'm like really interested in it again for some reason. And Nisei Monogatari, on eBay, there's an offer for $300. I want to take it, but I'm also thinking to myself, if I have already spent 270 on Bakemonogatari, which is longer and more episodes than Nisei, why am I spending 300 on Nisei? That's ridiculous. It seems like it's a very great deal because it's the cheapest one so far. But you know what? I can hold it off. Besides, Nisei is not my favorite part of the Monogatari series. Like, I'm glad I have Bakemonogatari because that's essential. And I'm glad Kizumonogatari is in stock. And the second season is in stock. And the final season is getting announced. And it's coming out on Blu-ray. Even though it's like $350. But it's kind of worth it because it's 42 fucking anime episodes in one box. It's crazy. But like, I'm fine with not having Nisei. Like, if I want to rewatch it or anything, I can just play it on some, website. Or maybe once I'm rich, I'll somehow find a way to get a hold of this box set. But maybe I don't need that now. So I'm going to hold off on it. Or maybe I'm going to hold out hope, hoping that in some time in the future, maybe on Mercury, maybe on eBay, a cheaper one around $200 is gonna randomly show up. But from now on, I'm gonna check every single day just to make sure. But yeah, so I think I'm not gonna do that. I think, however, I will get Kizumonogatari Blu-ray, but knowing that it's in stock in the official Crunchyroll website makes it feel less urgent. It's like, yeah, if I wait 2 weeks later, it's still gonna be there, I believe. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it for today. So I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna wake up for the discussion section tomorrow. But I do wish that on the last day of the art history class, like on the exam, I could probably speak to the Malaysian girl about working in a museum. And maybe speak to the professor about, like, I don't know, in Cantonese, about anything in Cantonese. I just want to do that. Because, like, I don't know, I feel like I've come to a point in life where I have a certain freedom to do things I want to do. And that's only a very normal thing to say, but, like, that's kind of crazy if you think about it. Because if it was secondary school, I want to speak to Mary. And I would think about speaking to Mary, and I would plan to speak to Mary for 3 years, and I can't fucking do it. Oh, I want to, I want this to happen, and I want to talk to Natalie about these things, and I want to, connect with this person, and I never get to do any of that because I'm a coward. But now, fuck it, let's do it. And I think that's what's great about me now, is that I have more confidence now. So, yeah, anyways, I'm gonna order food on DoorDash. I think I'm gonna go with Dave's Hot Chicken. Not the most grandiose dinner, but I think it's worth it. I think it's delicious. Also, in the wake of the fact that I want to finish Brussels sprouts, and if you order Dave's Hot Chicken, you do not get a salad. You can get a salad in the side, but like it's more money. Might as well just do vegetables by myself. So it's gonna be a bit of both. Yeah. Unless I don't know. I don't know. Should I save the Brussels sprouts to a different day? Maybe I should. Or maybe I don't need to. Oh, another thing I want to do tomorrow is Ralph's, right? So, yeah. Screw it. I think... I don't know, because my Brussels sprouts are turning purple because of the lack of potassium. And I thought it's like mold at first. I'm like, oh my god. But it's still a better idea to eat it now. Yeah. Damn. I didn't know they're just gonna give me a bottle just like that. Ugh. Ugh. Ooh. Okay. There we go. Reunion day. Yay. Let's get that. Butter, Brussels sprouts, and mushrooms at the same time. Come on, there we go. All right. Cheers. It's cold. Ooh. I've never noticed the bun is actually like this. Huh. So tender. So tender. Alright. Time now is 12:49 afternoon on April 26th. So yeah. I slept from 4:50 a.m. to 12:30. Yeah, so I don't know why I couldn't fall asleep early last night. I think it's because I had such a huge afternoon nap that, you know, I just wasn't able to fall asleep early. But anyways, I'm awake again. Honestly, it feels like I slept for a million years, but in actuality, if you do the calculations, you'd realize that I have only slept for a bit more than 7 hours, which is not the craziest thing ever, honestly. Um, I remember like back in Hong Kong when I returned during the intermission days. Oh my god, my hair. My hair is getting more and more annoying throughout the months. Like I gotta have a haircut or something. Like, yay! You know, let's fuck it. Let's do this. So oh no, this is so annoying. I can't see what the fuck. What? I want to have a haircut. I really do. But also, like, I need to endure this shit. Okay, so I'm gonna comb my hair. Um, I did wake up at around 9:45 for the art history Zoom meeting, discussion Zoom meeting. But then I thought to myself, you know what? It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. Like, I'm not gonna wake up, turn on my laptop, or just look at my phone for like a whole hour and then go back to sleep again. I feel like I'm not going to gain anything. Like, this entire art history discussion is probably just, studying or reviewing. Ouch. So, I'm probably not going to gain anything, especially given that it's a Zoom meeting. If it's a Zoom meeting, chances are I'm just going to shut up and be quiet for the entirety of it. So, like, what's the point then, anyways? So, so yeah, I just like, screw it. So I just went back to sleep and I slept more. I had a dream where my brother's sick and it's like a rabbit hole. Like, because my brother's sick, my parents have to go to this place, this secret place to do some things, to make some big changes, and I wasn't told about any of this, and then I found out at some point, and my parents are hiding things from me, and I'm angry at them, and they're angry at me, but we sort of know what's happening later, so we decided to go to that mysterious place. And it's like a sickness that is really weird. Like, at some point, my laptop had a doppelganger, like, or something I own had a doppelganger. Like, there's a dark mirror world version of something I own. And then another person I know, or maybe something I own, or something my mom owns, also had a mirror world version. And it's like some cursed thing. Anyways, it's a pretty weird dream, but yeah, here I am. So, my classes are all officially over now because I slept through the last one. So, yeah. But that said, I still have the 394 paper that I still need to finish. Um, which I'm gonna finish today. I couldn't finish it last night. I was just too exhausted last night. I spent a lot of time yesterday doing nothing. But rightfully so. I mean, I'm just that tired. But yeah, so today I'm going to mostly stay at home. I'm gonna at some point go to Ralph's. I'm gonna buy some ice cream, some Coca-Cola, and some potato chips. Very unhealthy, I know, but I need that shit, okay? I need that shit. Um, Yeah, another thing is Tova called me at 9 a.m. Like usually I would be asleep at 9 a.m. But Tova called me, and apparently some and then she texted me later saying that someone from Pastover showed up in her class in Santa Cruz. Which is like, what? So I'm like, and then she's like, oh, can I call you later? And I'm like, sure. So at least there's some human interaction to be had. But yeah, that's that's pretty much it. Um, Not much else to be said or done. Um, so next week is just gonna be a week of nothingness. Mostly, but I'm going to study, do revision, um, and I may think that it's only the 394 paper in the 394 final exam and the 300 video essay and art history final exam, but there's actually also the religion class reflection paper and the world building document final version. So it's actually still a bunch of stuff to do, but it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, nothing else. Nothing else to look forward to. Not really. Now my hair looks like a fucking helmet. This is Dave's hot chicken, but repurposed into a tomato cheese sandwich with a breast tender. This bread below is from Dave's hot chicken. This bread is from Trader Joe's. It's brand new. So let's try and take a bite. Ooh. Okay. Okay, shoot. Okay. But I think the guy in room 5 is gone. I think he moved out. All right, so time now is 9:42 p.m. I'm hungry as fuck. So yeah, NIHT. Nothing all that interesting happened today, I guess. I went outside and went to Ralph's, bought a bunch of shit, went back home, that's it. Also, maybe it's because I've been so tired and exhausted in the last 3, 4 weeks. I really did nothing today. I originally planned to film like an album review, but I couldn't because my voice was really raspy, and I'm just too tired to film a review. I tried to write my paper, but I'm barely halfway done. I think for the last 3 hours I've written one sentence. For the last 2 hours, I mean, yeah. So I'm kind of fucked. I don't know what to do. Um, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I think yeah, the only thing that happened to me was Tova called me. Yeah, Tova tried to call me. I tried to call her back. She immediately hung up and tried to text me and type something, but then that didn't go anywhere. And then around 6, right before I was about to leave for Ralph's, Tova called me back, and we had about 40 minutes of conversation. Tova was really excited. So her new quarter just started, which means like a new semester, but a quarter, which sucks because I just finished my classes and she just started. I was gonna ask her like, hey, have your class? Are you done with your classes yet? And turns out she just started. Like she's on her 4th week or something, which is like, what? But Tova got really excited because apparently someone by the name of Santiago showed up in her class, and Santiago is from Friday Film 32, when I was in Film 33, and when Tova was in 33 as well. And I vaguely remember Santiago. And it's interesting because Santiago followed me on Instagram earlier. Apparently, Tova told him to follow me on Instagram. But, like, what happened was Tova told him about the documentary that we're editing. And he was actually really excited about it. He's like, yeah, I'm totally down to help out and edit and stuff. And he also spilled the tea about Passed Over and, Andrew, the Jewish guy, having panic attacks or whatever, and like things going wrong and everything. Honestly, I wouldn't be that excited if I was Tova, but I really appreciate the enthusiasm. Also, I don't know how much can Santiago help. Anyways, like this, I like to keep this documentary production as skim as possible. So it's just me, Tova, and Naja working on it, and that's it. I don't know how much Santiago can help. Maybe Santiago can help edit, but like how. But Tova was like, yeah, Santiago's gonna help me edit. So next time I come down to LA, like I can have something to show you. And I'm like, cool. And then in turn, I told Tova a bunch of things. I told him things about Nadia working on Alive and Well. I told her things about The Hunch. I told her things. The greatest news is that Jonathan may be down for a part 2 of an interview. And Tova was elated. She's like, oh my god, that's crazy. Hell yeah. And it's still a little awkward because Jonathan is friends with Sitlali and Zach, and we hate Sitlali and Zach. But I guess that just goes to show the very fucked up cataclysm that is Film 33. It's just like everyone has factions and stuff. But yeah, I'm totally down. Like, I feel like at this point, the way I look at the documentary is more of an artistic thing rather than like, yeah, I'm making this documentary to fight the professor. Like, now it's more of an artistic endeavor. Sure, one of the goals is to fight Kushio, but at the end of the day, I just want to make a documentary about a film production. And it's ironic because I'm writing a paper about a documentary right now, and I'm struggling. Another thing is, Eco DM'd me saying that he's having second thoughts about tomorrow night's ABCA banquet, because he suddenly remembered that last year or last semester they held a banquet, I think last year, and it was ass. Like nobody showed up. It was really empty. The DJ is terrible. The food is terrible, and it's like terrible. And I told him, well, if that's the case, then I'm just gonna leave halfway. Like I'm just gonna suddenly leave. Like we're able to do that. And he's like, yeah, sure. So I'm still going tomorrow night. I don't know if there's an opportunity dangling in front of me. I should get it. If watching the anime that Tatami Galaxy had taught me anything, it should be that if there's an opportunity dangling in front of you, go get it. Sure, I'm not gonna get what I want. Ultimately, I want success in the film industry. I want a caring, loving partner. But like, those things are really far ahead. But then there are things that are standing right in front of me, like APCA, and like potential friendships. I should get a hold of them first because I can't lose them. So, yeah. But yeah, it's truly amazing how unproductive I was today. I really need to fucking finish the paper. And I'm already late. It's already Friday. I'm supposed to submit it by Wednesday. So, I don't know. I'm kind of fucked. I plan to watch a whole film plus 2 episodes of Shogun tonight. I don't even think that's possible. So, yeah, I'm hungry as fuck right now. I'm probably gonna try my best to write 1 paragraph in that paper, and then I'll go and make dinner. Which in this case will be rice, cod, broccoli with garlic. And then we'll call it a day. And I'll finish today off with some French vanilla ice cream. First time using lime this way in America.